What's going on, everybody? We're going to jump into something today that's not necessarily the most popular way to fish in the world, but in some parts of the country it is a really big deal. You know, where I live in southern Missouri, it's a big deal. A lot of people night fish, and it's a lot of fun. You know, there's parts of the country where it probably hasn't been tampered with much, and I feel like if you take a couple of these little tricks and, you know, apply them where you live, you might go out and have a really, really fun time. So we'll jump right into, you know, I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna tell you a couple of my favorite baits at nighttime. So number one is the brawler blade. You know, this is a big single color rattle blade spinnerbait. You know, doesn't really look like your typical daytime spinnerbait. You know, this one's black and purple. It's got a big hook in it. It's got a big, you know, kind of an obnoxious trailer on it. It's just a Bass Pro Shops crawl. This thing gets bit. It's just that simple. This is a 3/4 ouncer. You see that, you know, crazy line. I got fluorescent line on there. A lot of times I'm using a black light, sticking it to the side of my boat. And, you know, I love throwing this spinnerbait when they get shallow. You know, whether that's pre-spawn, spawn, you know, that April, May time frame. And a lot of people kind of quit night fishing in the fall, but the spinnerbait bite gets really good again in the fall. You get that September, October, they start going back to the bank. And, you know, you throw that old brawler blade up there, ticking rocks, and all of a sudden it looks like somebody cut your line and that fluorescent line comes screaming back by the boat. So number one's the spinnerbait. You know, I also will mix in the chatterbomb if I'm winding shallow. Both are great. You know, a lot of times it just depends on the night which one I throw. If there's a little bit of wind, I like to throw a spinnerbait. And if it's a little bit more calm, you know, I'll throw that chatterbomb. You know, next up, gotta have a jig. Of course, it's on fluorescent line. You know, this is just an XPS football jig, 1/2 ounce. You know, a lot of people think you have to throw black and blue or June bug or something when you're fishing at night. But a lot of times what I've found is, you know, the brighter the moon, the more natural colors I throw. Right now we've got a big moon, so I would throw something more green pumpkin-y. You know, got a little chartreuse in there, but for me, I have a lot better luck on natural colors when it's a little brighter of a night. Of course, when it is really dark, I do like those little bit darker colors, your black and blues, your June bugs and stuff like that. But, you know, I keep it pretty simple. You know, it seems like a lot of times when I'm fishing at nighttime and I'm dragging, I'm targeting brush piles, points, rock piles, things like that. And it seems like the fish will let you know pretty quick whether they're in the mood for a jig or a soft plastic. So when I'm throwing a jig, a lot of times this is the one I'm throwing right here. Keep it pretty simple. You know, nice XPS twin tail crawl on the back of it. When they're in kind of a mood some nights, you know, and they don't really want to bite a jig, some days they're really, you know, really fired up to eat plastics. It seems like to me almost night fish are more picky than day fish. And, you know, what I got here is just a log father, and you know, this one's in June bug, got a 4/0 hook, you know, running like a 3/8 ounce weight on it, pretty heavy one. But you know, I throw this on, you know, 20-pound fluorescent line, you know, dragging it in that brush, putting it in there, you know, where they're living, and you know, trying to wake them up and drag them out. You know, so a lot of times when I'm fishing at nighttime, I'm fishing, you know, in the summertime for the most part. And whenever I'm summertime fishing, I like to, you know, stay more out towards the main lake, you know, fishing close to deep water, but definitely always staying around that structure. Seems like nighttime, I have a lot of luck fishing around cover. And I think if you spend a lot of time in those productive areas, you know, you're gonna catch some fish and have a really great time. So, you know, that's just, you know, a few of my favorite setups for night fishing. There's definitely different ways to catch them, but that's just a few of my favorites.